I was just driving to work and I got cut off in traffic, and don't worry about the fact that I'm not at work right now. There's a scheduling mix-up. That's not what this is about. I was in the left lane on a 3-lane side of the road, getting ready to go into the turning lane, and a car from the right lane swerved across traffic and cut me off. And I was running behind, but I hit the brakes because I decided the possibility of missing the light and being 3 minutes late for work was better than getting in a car accident. As I feared, the light did turn red, and the person in front of me decided to blow through the red light and make a U-turn. As they made a U-turn, somebody from the intersection started to make a right turn. The person making the illegal U-turn had to stop, and they slammed on their horn. Their window was down, and they gestured angrily at the other car. Technically, the person making the right turn did initiate that right turn a split second before their light turned green, and technically, if you're making a right turn at a red light, it is your responsibility to yield to anybody making a U-turn at the intersection. However, the person making the U-turn, although they seemed justified in their anger, did not seem concerned with the fact that they just cut off multiple people in traffic, swerving across 3 lanes, ran through a red light in order to initiate a slow and clunky maneuver across 3 lanes of traffic. Perhaps this is an example of me only owning a hammer and seeing the entire world as nails, but I couldn't help but see this interaction and think, when someone goes their entire life seeing the world yield to their wants, their whims, and their desires, they begin to see any form of resistance as an act of oppression. People who refuse to look in their rearview mirror will never see the damage left in their wake. Perhaps the person making the right turn should have waited 1 second for this car to pass. Perhaps they expected the car making the U-turn to stop at the red light, as most people often do. But with certainty, the person making the U-turn expected the rest of the world to stop so that they could swerve across 7 lanes of traffic, and when that didn't happen, they reacted with outrage and confusion. Luckily, this moment passed with nothing more than some hurt feelings, but I ask you, had there been an accident, whose fault would it have been? Would it have been my fault for slowing down and allowing this person to cut in front of me? Would it have been the fault of the person turning right for not waiting? Would it have been the fault of the traffic light for turning red a little too early? Would it have been the fault of the person who swerved across 7 lanes with no regard for the mutual safety of the other drivers around them? Had there been an accident, what would have been the appropriate way to discuss it while acknowledging the circumstances that led to it?